Hi there, welcome to my channel, Freckled Mom DIY. I'm Devin. If you're new, welcome. And if you're returning, hey! Today I'm going to share with you some nautical decor for a porch or patio, an outdoor space. This is my room by room challenge I host every month, and today we are doing nautical. I have some items I picked up at the thrift store and I have some Dollar Tree items. So without further ado, let's jump in. So here is the section of porch that we are going to work on today, and this is my favorite side. As you know, I have this beautiful mantelpiece that I have out here. We have had a few storms, so this was very well protected. So I do feel like this would be a really nice area to have some blues and golds and just give it that really nice nautical feel. So let's head inside and make some nautical decor for our porch. Before I do any room renovation or transformation, I always look to see what I have in the house first. So this is an old DIY we are going to redo. It is just a Dollar Tree frame, and I found these fabric pieces from the craft square, which I think Walmart probably has a better price, and they are a little thicker for the fabric feel, but I think these are cute. I've never seen them in the craft store, so I was excited, so I grabbed a bunch. This definitely looks nautical to me. All I'm doing is hot gluing the fabric right to the glass for the picture frame, and then I'm just going to stick it back in, guys. It's really that simple. So I love doing these quick little projects where you're just kind of updating old decor or old DIYs, and I think this is perfect. It is so adorable, but I did have a little spot up here I couldn't get off, so I just covered it up with a seashell. It's perfect. It's nautical. Let's move on. This was a Lifesaver I've had for quite a while. It is very dingy and dirty, and I did try to clean it first, guys, because it's like a fabric, but I was making it worse, so I decided just to paint it. And I painted it with my Waverly chalk paint and Cashew, and I went over it about 3 times, and then I did go through with a little paintbrush. It probably would have been quicker just to tape it off, but it worked just fine. So I went through and I did, like I said, 3 good coats, and then I went through with my pencil. I didn't know if I was going to do a handwritten thing or some stencils. I wanted it to have like that cottage feel, but I don't know. So I just ended up writing it out with my pencil. So let me know down in the comments what you think. I feel like I want to redo it with a little bit of stencil and make it a little more high class. You know, like, I don't know, but I think it looks cute. It's very cottage with the handwriting. So this is how it's going to stay. But let me know down in the comments if you would go and change this. We live in New England. This is a 1925-year-old cottage, and I just love nautical. Today is also my room by room challenge. So if you don't know, every month I host a room by room challenge, and all my friends add their videos to it. We are all to create 3 to 5 DIYs and then show you how we incorporate it in our space to make a room. And today my host is CeeJ. If you don't know CeeJ, you have to. She is so sweet and so creative, so make sure you head down to my description, check out the playlist because all our friends are joining us, and check out CeeJ's channel and you will not be disappointed. So if you've been to Dollar Tree recently, they have a lot of nautical ideas out, so I was definitely inspired, and this is a jar I've had in my stash, but I really enjoy it. I love the detail on it. So I went through and I just hot glued like the first part of this twine where I just kind of wrap it over and over and over just to have it look kind of whimsical and seashell-y and, you know, nautical. So I just cut off the end and hot glued it just so it is finished. And now I am going to be putting some sand from the Dollar Tree in it. And then I'm going through my seashells, and I'm really trying to pick out some pretty seashells that will go along with this nautical theme. So I tried to pick a couple different sizes just to make it a little different. And then I'm going to add a little tea light to this just so at nighttime it gives off that ambiance. And now this one is so sweet. This is from the Dollar Tree. You could use a wood side, but I really wanted to use the cork side. So this is another design that they had, but I like this one. So if you're new to chalk, this is a transfer very much like a stencil, and we are just going to defuzz it before we lay it down on our surface. So I've never done chalk couture on any kind of cork board before, but I've seen it, so I know it's possible. So with chalk, we use a paste instead of paint, and we squeegee it on and then we squeegee it off. And after I save my paste here, I am going to peel this up, and we're going to keep going in a straight line here the best we can. So once we have it lined up the way we want to, we're going to do the same thing. We take a little bit of paste on our squeegee and we squeegee it on and squeegee it off. If you've never done chalk before, I promise you, you will never get sick of seeing this reveal. So I keep saying paste, but this time I'm using ink. I wasn't sure what I was supposed to use on the cork board, so I tried ink. Plus it's going outside and ink is more permanent, so I thought this would be the best thing. So I'll let you know if it does end up fading, but I don't think it will. So as you can see, I am putting the transfer where I want it to go. So you don't have to do it exactly how it is. You can change it to whatever you want to do. Use certain parts of the transfer, maybe a little bit less of one, maybe mix in another transfer. It is totally up to you. Get creative, have fun. Chalk couture is so amazing. So if you ever want to get any new chalk products, or if you actually want to sell it, let me know, send me a message, and we will talk chalk. I just think this came out so adorable. Stay tuned to the end to see where and how I placed everything. So here is another Dollar Tree vase, and I have this onion grass, I think it's called, I'm not sure. They have a couple different flowers of different colors. I like this blue, so I'm tying some twine around it before I cut it just to keep everything in place, but I am going to use the twine as decoration. Sometimes Walmart and Michael's has really nice ocean like seagrass, but this works just fine. I see this all the time at the beach. So I am hot gluing some rope to this jar. I think anytime you add a little bit of rope or some burlap, you get a very nautical cottage feel, and so that's the feeling we're going for outside here today. I do hot glue a little bow here just to give a little bit more detail. I added the remaining of that sand that I used, so I only used one bag of sand for this entire video. So I added some more shells again, but because this was a taller vase, I couldn't get into it very well. So after I dropped them in, I just used a little skewer to move them around where I wanted to place them. Now I'm just going to put the flowers right inside of this, and I think this is super sweet. So you guys know I love my thrift flips, but sometimes we don't have to flip everything. So I found these coasters. They're gold. I think they're beautiful. I got them for $3.99, and all I did was clean them up. One of them lost some of its coloring, so I'm going to keep that one inside, but the rest are going outside after they get scrubbed down with a little bit of all-purpose cleaner. I love gold and I love thrift, and I think having old items just brings that charm to whatever you're trying to style or decorate. So I was looking for Nautical, and I did end up finding this really adorable seashell, and obviously it's like a, you know, for a hot pot or something, but this is going to be perfect. I'm just going to clean this up, and this is going outside too. This next one coming up is not a thrift flip, it is from a yard sale, and I just love this. This is originally from the Christmas tree shop, and I just think this is super cute, but it needs an update, guys. So I'm going through with my tape here, and we are going to do a strip of agave, which is a Waverly chalk product, and I only do one layer of it just so it's like a sporadic kind of, you know, whimsical, surfing kind of nautical feel, if that makes sense. So I do that blue strip, that agave strip on both sides, and then I'm gonna go through and do the same thing but finish all the way to the bottom with my Waverly chalk paint and cashew. I'm also gonna paint the inside of the boat too, and I do 3 coats of that cashew. I just love the way the paint looks. I just think this is so sweet, and now that reveal from that tape, and oh my goodness, I just love a good tape pull. Now Now, I am not an interior decorator. I just love decorating. I have this mantelpiece I found on the side of the road, and I decorate it for different seasons. So you can see I'm just putting everything out where I think it looks nice. I am going to be adding some more items to this, although some items are actually going to another area, which you'll see in a future video. So we're just going to keep putting all our items out. I feel every nice cozy porch has a rug, and so I did find this rug. It's a cloth rug, so when it gets dirty I can just wash it and hang it out to dry. It doesn't have a backing to it. So I really do like outdoor rugs. I'm not a big fan of how they feel on my feet. I have neuropathy, so I have some feeling difference, and so these cloth rugs without the backing are really good for me. They don't grow mold, and if you take care of it, it'll last a while. Plus, this is a covered porch. This furniture is a mixture of different years of having this porch, and we've done a couple different things. These were originally green chairs, spray painted, and then my dining room chair. So it is a lot of fun to have a difference when it comes to seating and different things for your eyes to look at. It's part of the whole styling. I love how everything came out. I think it is very sweet, very nautical, very cottage. And again, I'm going to be moving things around and adding things to different areas, taking some things around, but that is the joy of styling. We really can get creative when it comes to styling and try different colors and different styles. And it's really, it's whatever your preference is. So whatever makes you happy, that's how you can style, and don't worry what anyone else is doing or saying. Do it to what makes you feel good. I love to incorporate different pieces and different textures when wood and glass and lights. And so I do put fairy lights in a lot of my items just so you can see it at nighttime. And you saw with this boat, I stood it up so I could add things inside of it. And I think that is just so sweet. I've seen them with shelves in them, and so that is another idea. I just love this. I think this is so sweet. A perfect place to have my morning coffee and get a little inspiration, because Mama said there'd be days like this. Let's go. We are ready for summer. I am so excited. I cannot wait to go to the beach. I have been waiting all year, and let me know down in the comments if you are a beach girl. So this is my favorite. You can tell this is my favorite because I can't stop looking at it. I just love these colors. I think this is so pretty. That cashew, that agave with that nice blue that was already there with the rope. I think all of this is just so cute. So let me know down in the comments what you think. Down in the description, I am going to add the link to the video of this mantle place. It is such a great find. I still can't believe I found it on the side of the road. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you were inspired to do some nautical decor outdoors on your porch or your patio and you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. All the supplies I used are down in my description in my Amazon store. All the chalk supplies that I used are also in a cart link and in my link tree. Don't forget, this was a playlist, Room by Room, my monthly recurring playlist. This month's co-host was my friend CeeJ from CeeJ DIY. So make sure you head down to my description, check out her channel. If you haven't met her yet, you're gonna love her. And don't forget, this was a playlist. So down in my description is also the playlist. So go ahead and find all kinds of inspiration for nautical, outdoor, indoor DIYs. Today we used some thrift flips and Dollar Tree items, and I love styling and utilizing indoors and outdoors. So if you like these kinds of videos, go ahead and subscribe, and I can't wait to see you again. So keep crafting or styling and have a great night.